another one. It's time to rise up. Better get up on your feet before your time's up. If you fall down to the bottom, gotta climb up. And that's it. Couldn't think of a fourth line. Yep.
What's up, guys? And welcome back to the Frontline Youth Podcast. This is Elijah Tijero. I'm here with
Elijah.
And we're not alone. Oh, you probably saw this in the title. I think I'm going to start putting like featuring. Because low key, bro, we keep putting these episodes out. We got guests on. We give them no shout outs.
They're just there. You find out.
I mean, they're in the bio.
And ain't nobody reading.
Anyway, so you probably already know who we got with us. But
that's right. Shaquille O'Neal in the building.
The jack-o'-lantern.
I'm done. No. Who do we have with us today?
Hello, everybody. My name is Angelo Peña. I'm from the Charlottesville Church.
Yes, sir. The brand new Charlottesville
I think
Church.
we're almost hitting a year in July. We're hitting the year from
the not so brand new Charlottesville
Somebody's
Church.
out of the loop.
It's me, bro.
Foolish.
I only recently heard of it because of, I don't want to dox. I don't want to dox people now, but I know somebody
who's going to Charlottesville.
I know somebody who's going to be working over there soon.
Yeah.
So
That's
let's not expose people's lives.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess low key we got to start with the
elephant in the room.
You got to tell us about yourself. Who are you?
Oh.
Sorry, I'm eating an apple right now.
Oh my gosh, bro! Not only
for like the past 30 minutes.
You know what's crazy? This apple is not for the past 30 minutes. That apple is for tomorrow morning. But hey,
he had to.
That's that real one apple.
Get it early. The blessing.
Hallelujah. The forbidden fruit.
Yes, my name is Angelo. I was raised in church. I was born in Brooklyn. My pops, when he came to the Navy, he was stationed in Norfolk, and that's when we came down. Around 2006, I got saved, so I was pretty much raised in church. Like, I wasn't born in church, but
What year were you born?
05.
Dang.
Oh yeah.
I'm 02.
Yeah.
Old.
I didn't know Israel's like already 20, like almost turning 20. I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
How
Born
old?
in 06, y'all. That's a real G's birth year.
I'm like, man, like,
Yo,
Honestly.
I'm turning 22 this year.
dang.
It's over.
You old, bro.
Yeah. How old you got to be? What's the oldest thing? Like 21, you can drink,
Have a gun.
right? How old you got to be to rent a car? That's like 25. 24. And then what? 35 to be president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm done. All my milestones.
65 to retire.
It's now, they upped it. It's 67 now.
Dang.
Dang, they said you gonna work for
Inflation.
All right, sorry. So basically,
even know what I'm
not
talking
born
about.
into it, but grown up.
Growing up in church.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who is this guest for having? Who is he?
Come over here talking about
His story sounds so
inflation.
boring.
No, go ahead.
You know?
Yeah.
For
No, I was just raised in church. I had that, I'm good. My parents are in church, so I should be good. Got that silver spoon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But there's no silver spoon. There's just imagination.
Right.
So yeah. So I was
Just that apple.
Yeah. So, I mean, what really had me, questioning my salvation was, I think, middle school / high school. Going off and on boot camp. Like, oh, praise God, I'm on fire. And then, next week later, I'm like, man, what the heck is going on?
Right.
You know?
Tell me about just very briefly what these boot camps are for the listeners.
yeah.
Pretty
right.
much, it's like a fun time. It's a good time. I have a lot of fun.
Yep.
Hang out with
And
some
that's
friends.
it.
That's it.
No, what
Nothing
makes you
difficult, I
come away
promise.
from it though as a more of a strengthened Christian?
I think it's a good experience to learn more about yourself, because I always loved it, because I always loved all the military stuff.
Yeah.
Because my pops was in the military. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it's a good time to hear the word, because now like the preaching there is focused solely towards you now.
Right.
It's not just it's not just to anybody in the church. It's like, no, this is for you now. Like, I'm preaching a word for you.
Yeah.
And you have pastors like who are hardened pastors and pastors' wives, and they're like, hey, like they're meant to teach us and tell us, like, and sometimes it's either to pick you up or to knock down your pride. But I just came there because to learn. I loved it. I had a blast there. That's actually why I joined RTC, because of the boot camp.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
word.
That's cool.
Nashville.
It's cool. Good influence.
Yeah.
Cool.
Maybe. Is ROTC cool?
It's pretty fun if you don't want to go to church anymore, pretty much.
It's like it's all encompassing.
It's all
Right. So
encompassing.
we heard some about that this morning, didn't we?
You
Yeah.
trying to skip?
No, I won't skip. But that's a precursor for y'all. that's I just had to drop off some wisdom.
Yeah. Okay. The next question up on here is, and this is for everybody, but what did it take to make a decision towards doing God's will?
Just letting things go. Because I had a habit. So I mean, what another way to say it is one time during a men's D, it was a pioneer rally. Pastor, what's his name? I forgot his name. Chandler, for his name. Campbell, Pastor Campbell. Sorry.
Okay.
Pastor Campbell.
There you go.
He preached on a sermon called leaving things off the table. Sometimes we can leave sin, but leave it on top of the table, and where it's easy to grab. That was my problem. Where I get saved, but it's still there. Yeah. And it's still itching where you can see it.
Dang.
And then it's so tempting, and then I saw it falling over and over again. That's constant cycle of like, oh, I'm saved, and then, but this thing, it's just super nice.
It's right there.
It's right there.
Dang.
So close.
That forbidden fruit.
That sermon sound like a go.
Yeah.
That's real
So I mean, what really helped me was my pops just, smack me on the side of the head, literally sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, boy, and then he's like, when are you gonna learn? Because you have so much potential, and I can see you do so many good things, but you're squandering it over some small measly things.
Right.
And it's pretty much like him being like disappointed, like hey, like I know you can do better. You can do better too. And you have these pastors saying, pastors looking at you, and it's all fake. Like who they're like, oh, Angelo's so cool, and it's like it's not. It's all a facade.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, I need to get serious because I need to. If I'm called to preach, then I need to get it together. So I had to I gotta cut everything off because if I'm not focusing on God, then I'm not going anywhere.
Truth. All right.
Fact. Who's going
That's
next?
I guess you.
I knew you was gonna do that. I knew you were gonna do that.
Because you asked.
Yeah. In I'm not necessarily gonna say making a decision towards God's will in relation to like getting saved, because that's one thing. Giving your life over to Jesus.
Not Jesus.
Jesus.
Bro, I'm talking about some square
Jesus?
crackers. He giving his life over for them
Give your life
sriracha flavored, the white cheddar. All right,
Jesus.
duos.
Boom. What duos?
Bro, I might be big for knowing all them different variations
Oh my
of
God.
cheese.
She said about 4 different.
I exposed
bro.
myself a
Oh,
little
jeez.
bit.
Okay, I'm like, what the heck is going on?
No,
Anyway, Jesus.
Yeah.
Giving your life to Jesus, that's one thing. But making the decision towards doing God's will, for me in general, had to do with me. And hey, bro, if this is stolen from somewhere,
Nuh-uh.
Cry about
it's
it.
not. It's original. I
Womp womp.
promise.
Cry about it. Cope. They're cooked.
I just had to start saying yes to stuff. And it's like, hey Isaiah, you want to do this? Sure, I got it. Have you thought about this ministry? I didn't think about it before, but you know what? Now, sure, I'm gonna do it. Obviously, it's not perfect. I still got stuff I'm trying to work on. Things that, like for example, I always mention this on this podcast, but outreach.
Don't look. There may be like ghastly sounds in the background.
Ghastly.
We're in a peculiar recording
They're
situation.
the voices
today.
in our heads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're in your head now.
All right. But like outreach,
like
for
4 in
example,
one.
I still got to work on saying yes to outreach, bro. Because man,
It's
I
hard.
don't like talking to strangers,
Right.
at all. It's hard. It's weird.
It's scary.
Yes.
Especially when they be.
When they're mean.
Yes, they be eyeing you like.
when they say no,
Yes.
I'm like, why?
They see you
Don't you
walking
wanna
up to
get
them.
saved?
Hey,
Bro. No, that's when you outreaching at like Walmart or something. You ever done that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. I mean, because one thing that I struggle with, because I have a problem with stuttering a lot, so I was always very self-conscious about it. And one time I was like, you know what? screw it, because I went to the college campus and I started outreaching. You know.
He's built different. He got that dog in him, yo.
Dang.
No,
That's
bro, I
crazy.
was scared.
Nah, he got that beast in him.
So-
He got that wild boar in him.
When the people be talking about you get up on the cafeteria table,
Yes,
he was actually doing that.
Bro's
It was
handstanding
so
on the
scary
table.
because I was like, I know that when I went there, I'm like, man, like there's so many people here. I'm like, it took me like 30 minutes to just talk to one person, just
Yeah.
walking around. 'Cause I'm like, what? I don't want to mess up because, you know. And then like, who cares? You know, like as long as you're like in, because if you're gonna plant that one seed and do it. And actually, so sorry if I'm not interrupting anything.
You got it.
But Pastor Mitch Collins, we were talking, and he's like, yeah, I heard you went there. I'm like, yeah, oh yeah. Next time I won't be going alone. I'll go with my pops. He's like, well, no, you need to go out there alone. You know, and he's like, and one thing he told me is like, hey, what can help you is write your testimony down.
Mm-hmm.
That's your sermon.
Yeah.
You approach these people, and yes, it's gonna be scary, but you have to ask them like, hey, is this something, like, can I take some entertainment, you know? And then you tell them your story, and because if it's just preparing you, because what do you think is gonna be like a pastor?
Right.
Yeah.
Going to people and saying, hey, you know, Jesus loves you, and then goodbye.
No, it's like it's
Yeah.
worse. It's
You
like,
have to have
hey,
a conversation. So that's
we got church
Yeah.
in my house.
Yeah. Come over. You want to hear the word of God?
Please. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
That's the
It's
rough
true.
beginnings.
That's one thing.
Any-
Which is,
bro. Yes.
Yes,
what
sir.
about you, Elijah?
Yes, sir. Go
Okay.
ahead.
For me,
Man, you got that peanut head going on.
that's crazy. I did cut all my hair off, y'all. The public is not loving it.
Making a decision
Okay.
towards doing God's will.
Right.
Yes, sir.
What it took for me to make a decision towards God's will, one notable thing is realizing exactly what the decision means. Like, what kind of decision you are making.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you always hear like, oh, you can't just be halfway in, halfway out. And I never understood what that really meant. Like, what's halfway in? You know, I'm 100% in the church. It's not like I got one foot outside or anything. And, you know, I listen to all the sermons and whatever. Because if y'all don't know, I was, you know, raised in church since birth.
Since
but-
birth.
Boom.
Right. And
Yeah.
so, but you start to see like, well, what's the difference with being all the way in? Like, what if I dress all the way up for church? I show up all the way on time. I'm all the way inside the building and I listen all the way through the sermon. You know, what's the difference? But when you realize the things that matter more than religion or more than the routine of your church, but just like having a relationship with God, you know, some things that a person can't really teach you.
Yeah.
But going all the way for God's will, like, it means applying it personally. It's not just showing up to the event that everyone's at, but when you're by yourself, like, you know, you ask God for help in your life.
Yep.
You seek how you can be obedient to God with your decisions, even the decisions that no one else sees. So realizing that all that stuff matters, that's what it took to make a decision.
Yeah. That's good.
Word. Because obviously this is the Frontline Youth podcast.
Hallelujah.
And a lot of times, you know, you talk to youth and you ask them about ministry, you know, being on fire, doing more. And they're
Right.
like, nah,
I want to do my own thing.
Yeah.
You're so stupid.
And really, they be like, maybe later. They like, yeah, nah, bro. When I'm older, I'm like, bro. I was about to say, think about David, bro. He was killing folks at 13.
Yeah, maybe not.
Fighting lions, dude. Like, how crazy is that? You have like a 12-year-old kid just killing lions, dude.
Maybe
Nah,
don't.
bro. Don't
Hey, bro.
don't bully him in the school hallway, bro. He gonna get you with that sling. He gonna sling the room out. Hey, I got
Don't come
5
to-
smooth stone.
Don't come to synagogue tomorrow.
Exactly. Like, yes,
Don't come to
bro.
the temple tomorrow.
But yeah, sometimes, man, these youth, they're like, I'm too young.
Right.
I'm just a kid.
I'm just
I can't. I don't know. What's a ministry that's like kids don't do that?
Usher,
Going outreach.
Usher.
Ushering.
I can't be an usher.
Yeah,
know?
I can't. I'm not. You know, you got to train up. But in that, I'd like to ask, because I'm pretty sure this answer will be revelatory. But how old would you say you were? And I guess how old were we? It's different for each and every one of us. But when we started involving ourselves in ministry, how old were we? Were we 30? Like, all right, once I
Yep.
turned 30, that's when it's time to turn on the jets.
Like the best disciple ever.
Nah.
Yes, I've been waiting for this moment.
Finally,
I'm loosed of my chains.
Nah, bro. Anyway, how old were you? I'm gonna start with Elijah.
All right.
When you started doing, and obviously, over time, you do more and more. But
Right.
your earliest remembrance of like being involved and knowing what you're doing also.
Right. About like 13 years old, but it didn't mean I was like great at anything or very influential.
Right.
But it's when it started to matter to me. I remember thinking about when we go on outreach. Somebody explained briefly what outreach is.
Outreach is basically when we go to spread God's message.
Right. Whether it's door to door in a Walmart, wherever, dude, just going where the people are.
Where the folks is at.
But I remember it started to matter to me because I used to be very afraid of it. And then outreach is something we do kind of first thing in a Saturday morning, and then you go on with the rest of your day. So I'd always think about, okay, we got to go to prayer, go to outreach, and then I'm free to live throughout the weekend. But I started to really think about like when I'm going up to somebody's door to knock on it by myself, all these other wise dudes are skipping that door because I already got it. And the message that this person receives is going to come from me and nobody else. And so I better give it a good shot, even though I don't really know what's going on. Like whatever God has put in me, I got to try to give it to someone else to the best of my ability. So that's when it started to matter. But I was still I'm still kind of trash at outreach to this day, but I try. Yeah. Oh, hello?
No, you good. That's
okay.
Just us.
But yeah, I try though.
Word.
That's
okay.
good. That's good. Well,
I guess it's you, Angelo.
I guess it's me now. Woo! Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not gonna cheat because I mean, I think only when we went to preach in Pensacola. I don't remember the city anymore. We went to minister in Florida.
Yeah.
And I like our outreach and everything, but mainly what really locked in was Pastor Rodriguez. He's like, hey, I need you to do like you want to learn the words, and I'm like, I mean, sure, whatever, they could be pretty cool being on the soundboard and everything. So, I was garbage at it at first. I'm like, yeah, thinking Avery looking at me sideways because I'm missing the words. Yeah. But no, and then I really got into it, and that's when I went to sound, and because that really showed me the importance of how worship is, how it should be. Because sometimes if we're not on our game, it can ruin it's not as clean anymore. Because sometimes I have a problem when whenever someone does the words wrong, I give them like a mean look. Yeah, I'm still getting control of it now. Well, luckily, I'm not there anymore. But it showed me the importance of how important a song service is. Because not only clap our hands, and worship God, and you just singing along, but it's something, so many important factors, like how this is. If there's feedback, I got to fix it, and the words are on time, and it's a lot of things going on. And that will really show me, like, man, this is really important. The small things are very important,
right? Yeah,
and how can it change everything? So yeah.
True. How old would you say you were when that?
I was around 15, 16.
Nice. Yes, sir.
Before we continue, I will say the Frontline Youth Ministry is like all about trying to see, younger people rising up into different positions of ministry. And one of the most evident examples I've seen is the sound booth and putting the words on the screen during song service, and then playing the instruments themselves. That is the number one thing I think that's been taken over by the younger generation. Yeah. Like I'm talking like we're young, but younger than us. Oh yeah. Now is doing it, and smoothly. Mm-hmm.
I mean, because we have in the Norfolk church, I know that there's kids as young as like 12 doing it. Yeah. And is it perfect all the time? No, it's not perfect all the time, but you see the effort.
Yeah. Right. And so, but now I'm starting to see like some of them, they take pride in the work they're doing. It's like, it's not like, we're just being told to put the mics away. Okay. But it's like, oh shoot, man, I need to make sure everything's in order, and that's cool.
That's
cool.
Shout
out to y'all.
Yeah. Shout out to all the youngins.
Let's go.
Young Padawans.
Yes, sir. Grasshoppers.
Yeah. One thing that's pretty funny is that, sometimes it's kind of hard to focus when you're praising God. Because that's the hard thing I had to learn. Is because when you're doing the words or when you're doing sound, that's your job. Yeah. You want to worship, And sometimes I see sometimes I see a guy like worshiping and he's missing a word, like, hey man, you need to pay attention.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of discipline going there, because now it's not like it's just like, it's like I'll worship and everything. Now you have to solely focus, because you're the backbone of the service.
Right.
Yes, the singers, the people playing instruments, and the leader doing all the work. But how are they gonna, and how people are gonna follow you? Follow the words. How people are gonna hear them. So
Yeah, so they got to stay locked in. And
stay locked in, bro.
I know.
Dang, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's like a sacrifice.
Have y'all done sound before?
No,
I've done it once.
I've
I
done
used to do
the-
it back in the day.
The words like twice.
No.
Never sound really. I have always been grateful for them though. I've always
Oh man,
been having to work with them.
because especially when like they got technical difficulties.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Pastor's
and then
looking at
people
you.
get mad at them, and I'm like, bro, it's not their fault. They trying.
Right.
Trying,
I know
trying.
it, man. For me, it was probably like I was 13, 14,
Sardine,
because like
Florentine.
Because like Angelo was saying, I could cheat and say, well, I started playing drums for service when I was 6, 7.
I was in the womb.
I don't remember how old I was, bro. Like 6 or 7 or something. And I mean, if you think that counts, then sure. But I remember I was like 13 or 14, and my pastor in Newport News, he came up to me. It was so simple, man. So simple. He was like, you need to start wearing a tie. That was it. That's all he said. But I was like, dang.
That's how you know your time has come.
Unprofessional.
I'm like, I represent now. Because I started wearing a tie and stuff. Instantly, I'm in all these ministries and doing more stuff.
Right.
Because now I'm, it's not, I'm not on the outside looking in at, oh yeah, that's what they do. That's what we do. You know what I mean? And that's when I kind of got it. And then, to go into the backstory of that, it was a time, man, because we had come from overseas in Guyana, so we're coming back, bro, and you need to wear a tie. Start wearing a tie. I'm in ministry, whatever. And then we have to get a new building or something. Oh my Lord, bro. We are having service in a hotel, in like a little conference room. While we're,
I know, bro.
and I was like,
been through it?
This is difficult. This is, and that's when, and then I remember, not to be like a gossiper, but I remember at the time the drummer that was there, the main drummer. I guess that time was difficult. Maybe it was like hard to beat.
Speaking of difficult times,
Angelo having a
battle with himself. He's on the side of the table
eating that
fighting
apple.
demons, bro. He's in a battle against spiritual hosts of wickedness.
Sorry,
Forbidden fruit was kicking my butt right now.
for real.
The wages.
Anyway, but so the drummer left, and his family, I guess maybe being in that hotel was just too much.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie, we lost a couple folks, man, right during that transition period where it was like, bro, and people that like, we were in Guyana, we had known them from before, so they've been in this church for years. And I'm excited to come back and see them. I come back, I see them, and then they leave in like a week. I'm like, bro, is it me? Y'all don't like me. That's what it is.
You're the problem, bro.
Why'd
They haters.
Isaiah's coming here?
Hate
Hate that guy. I'm leaving.
But no, it's like,
I
bro.
almost said the forbidden phrase. Go ahead.
But it's like, man, that was when it was real, because it was like, this time is now I have to rise up.
Right.
Darn it. But hey, bro, also just a side note, because this has stuck in my mind strongly. And right now, the church Victory Chapel in Spring Lake is trying to get a new building.
Wow.
Yes, soon.
Nice, man.
But I do not want to be in a hotel for like some time, and then, bro, because it was. I don't know, baby. I got PTSD, bro. I don't want nobody to leave, and I mean, our people are solid, bro. But that's difficult. Yeah. So, hey, bro, this is just a random plug. No. Pray for $1 million.
If you're listening,
Bruce Wayne,
and you
if you're
have $1 million. Give me half, and then give the other half to Victory Chapel of Spring Lake.
Yeah, Angelo.
Yeah, so, dude, like being in the hotel, it was pretty crazy. Well, it's way better than because we started having service in a park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
in a park.
Yeah,
under a gazebo. Luckily, it was like during the summer going to the fall because that winter hit.
It's time to. We need
it's
a building.
We need a building. So, no, it's awesome having the building. It's always a good experience because we just moved into ours last month, May the 5th. May the 5th.
That's
so
awesome.
it's been pretty cool working on it. I mean,
man, just May the 5th be with you, bro.
That is not it.
That's not it.
May the 4th. Like Force. He's so.
I don't know
I mean,
about
5th
Star
can be the
Wars
Sith,
like
you know.
that.
I mean,
I don't want
Sith.
a Sith with me.
Like, bro, hey, what if he's your bodyguard? My bad
Don't
though.
kill me.
My bad though. I messed it up.
pretty strong.
That's the dark side, bro. Anyway, so being in a hotel, having a building,
Yeah.
it's a blessing, huh?
It was truly a blessing because the hotel was pretty cool. You know, they're pretty lenient. They only charge us for one day in a conference room, which is amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
Sorry.
cool.
But I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, the week, dude, I'm gonna tell you the week of because we had an invite team from Norfolk coming up on May the 4th, and we were up till 2:00 in the morning. Like, it was crazy. We had some guys from Norfolk come up and help us build a state. We built the altar, built a whole new walls.
Oh, so y'all are up late in the night working on the.
Jeez.
Oh yeah. So I was up there getting itchy from all the insulation. So
Right. Yo, that's
Oh
the
no.
pioneer grind, bro. No, you can't talk about that. That's an OSHA violation. We gonna
No,
get struck.
he said he getting itchy from touching the insulation, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's not good. Isn't that fiberglass? Like in your
Yeah.
skin?
Oh no, I
thought-
because I've been dealing with that all that stuff when I was like 12. I was working. Yeah, I was a working young lad, and
Nah, that's
Were they paying you or they just enslaved?
Of course they were.
it was like $60 a day.
Oh, they were paying you.
Yeah, they were paying me.
Word. Okay.
Well, I'm over here on a roof doing carrying shingles up a ladder, and then wearing all black in the sun.
Right.
And yeah, so
The fiberglass.
the fiberglass.
Yes,
that's
Isaiah. I thought you were gonna
Gonna
talk
touch
about
the ladder.
the one notorious project
What happened?
that many people don't even know about. So our Victory Chapel in Spring Lake, its current location.
Oh, you must.
At the time of recording, we got 2 buildings, one really big one smaller one. Nowadays, we pray and do events in the smaller one. That thing used to look way different.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it used to be like 2/3 of it was open. It had like a carpet and these weird looking walls and
this
whatever.
carpet in there.
Yeah, and it's all beat up and stuff. And then the 1/3 is sectioned off, and it was like supposed to be storage, but it was like all disorganized. There's like rat feces.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, industrial refrigerator.
Bro, yes,
Sitting in the corner
Bro.
doing nothing.
Yeah, like just random equipment because this church has been through a lot of different changes of leadership and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like
but also, like a different church owned this building first too.
Right.
So we got they left some of their things here,
Nice.
right.
which was cool. But also an industrial. What am I doing with the industrial refrigerator?
Right. And so we had we were like, you know what, we're gonna fix this space up, get some flooring, we changed everything, the roofing, the lighting, everything's different. On the inside at least. The outside still look ugly, but
It don't look horrible.
Didn't look
it's
that
all
bad.
right. I think we got new doors or painted the doors or something.
Yeah.
But so there's one guy who knows about like electricity, another guy maybe who knows about like doing HVAC stuff. Everybody else, we just willing. We go to the church,
Labor.
bro.
So yes, sir.
knocking down everything. We get people,
No,
bro.
But yeah, there were some.
You would not know.
There were some hazards, man.
Yes, the
I
unthinkable.
remember, am I allowed to say?
My
it?
bad.
bro.
Oh.
It's over. You can't prove we did it. But they were like doing wiring for new lights to like raise the roof a little bit,
You know what I'm saying? Raise the roof.
and so then they'd be like doing the wiring, and then like it's late. All right, we'll finish this tomorrow. But then bro, we got like live wires hanging from the ceiling.
Dangling.
Yep. Hey, don't touch those, by the way.
Don't touch those.
Hey, who's coming here first thing in the morning? Tell him don't touch
Tell
that.
him not to touch.
He
those
will
wires.
die.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
And then we were taking up this flooring, And under the floor, we took up the carpet first, and then we're replacing the flooring and its insulation under the flooring. But it was coming up like dusty, like just wood. And so I remember, bro, we're in there. You had to wear masks.
Mm-hmm.
But some people, I don't know, I guess they thought they was Superman. They're like, I don't need no mask. They're breathing wood.
Bro, so you can see you can see the weakest ray of light visibly tracing through all the dust in the air, and it got so bad we took all the like asbestos out of there. There's like
asbestos.
Yes, it was like
It was asbestos?
I think and there's just bags and bags full of just dusty substance. People coughing
people can
up,
die.
sneezing up.
Yes, bro.
Hey.
You're like blowing
Man,
your nose. There's like
My head
wood,
hurts a little bit.
the splinters in it.
Yes, I know. It's like, hey, I feel kind of
Kind of funny.
yeah. And so, but yeah, anyway, that project was something. I'm pretty sure everyone involved is still alive. And
now.
well.
Yeah, you're pretty sure.
I could be forgetful.
We're good. We made it through.
Yeah.
You know? And hey, bro, to keep it related, we was doing that. We weren't professionals.
Yeah.
And we weren't old.
We're not of legal age either.
No. We were servants.
Young servants
Yes.
of the
Master got me
Lord.
working.
It's different if we're volunteers. We weren't forced. We weren't. Hey, bro, it's not like them Temu shops.
Okay.
Them sheen shops.
Exactly, bro.
56-hour shift.
1 cent of
Bro,
pay.
Yes, bro.
All right.
Anyway.
Moving on. So, moral of the story: being young is not an inhibition. It's not an excuse. You can do something for the Lord.
Yes.
You know, maybe even preach.
Yeah. Don't
So,
stop it.
so moving on. If you guys know, I don't know when we're gonna put this episode out. We might put it out
Tomorrow.
right. We might put it out tomorrow,
Tomorrow.
or next Friday.
Next Friday. What the heck?
I don't know, because usually they come out on Fridays, and it's
Just do double, like just hit him with a double banger, like one on Friday and then boom, this one right here. Like, oh my gosh,
Oh my
they love
gosh.
us. We're eating good today.
Oh my gosh. He's stupid.
A feature with
You're right.
a feature with someone else.
Wow.
finally
Day after.
Finally got
someone that's not just in Spring Lake.
someone
reach
that's
out and
not
touch
their,
him.
their
Finally.
sibling or parent.
Nah, but no. Okay,
I mean,
so yesterday, these two individuals that I'm here seated with had the opportunity and the privilege afforded them, thank you,
I got you.
by our pastors, but ultimately by the Lord.
Mm-hmm. Hallelujah.
And I'd like to hear you guys' experience doing this. You can keep it as short and sweet as possible. I know some of y'all, some of y'all being one of y'all, don't want to talk about it no more. They're like, I'm done.
Talk about what? So that's it. That's all we got, guys.
Thank you all for tuning in.
We go a little bit. So
A little bit.
So I'm gonna start with Angelo.
Okay.
Because he went first, the pioneer.
Hooray.
Let's go.
So let us know about the sermon writing, contending, asking for help, whatever the process was for you.
One word. Procrastination. I'll do it later.
We all know it.
Yep. No, I mean, because Pastor Scott called my. We're working on a church.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, hey man, and I'm like, oh yeah, Josiah's supposed to preach on there, so thought of your boy. I'm like, of me? Why? Because like apparently last year I was like super grateful. I'm like, okay, and that's like, he remembers me somehow. That's pretty cool. And I was like, because I was like trying to figure out like what would I preach on, because pretty much it's just like our harvesters. Like it's like my harvesters. People from my old church are like seeing me preach now.
Yeah.
I mean, I preached a sermon like one service before. That's it. I mean, and it was all right. And then so I was struggling. What am I going to preach on? And then I had some ideas like some Gideon, on passion and stuff like that. So, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna preach my first sermon. And then my pops was on Wednesday. He's like, hey, we preaching today. I'm like, huh?
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa. Hold on. So
That's wrong.
Let me tell you how I preached on Wednesday. Made my first sermon look like a TED Talk, like professional. I was like, it was bad.
So you're
bro.
saying you got worse?
I got worse.
Wait. I thought you were saying the first time you were just...
No.
Bro, listen. Okay, there's one listener who is mocking me for saying let's go at the worst moments and not understanding what's going on. If you're listening right now, be quiet. I thought I was on to something. All right.
Garbage, let's go.
You did worse?
Exactly.
Let's go.
Oh, that's great. All right, go ahead,
I was
Angelo.
not prepared whatsoever.
apologies.
No,
Right.
and I was like, see, like, this is it's a lesson for you. And so on Wednesday night, on Wednesday night, after service, I'm like, okay, this service right here, I was up on the prodigal son, like coming home, and I'm like, nah, I ain't cutting it. So Wednesday night, me and my pops were up to like 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning to work on the sermon.
Right.
And, and because I think I just thought of it. I'm like, oh yeah, who we represent, it'll be a cool sermon. And then my dad brought it up and he has some points already. And I was like, man, dang, that you work fast. So we're working on it. And then, it's so easy if you're just writing down a sermon, you just read it. Cause I practiced on Thursday. Yesterday. 2 days ago, if it's coming out.
Right.
Thursday, and I was practicing out, and I ran through all 3 points in like 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And that's like, see, that's what we had to do. So I elaborated on it, and also like when you're writing down notes when you're preaching, you're meant to elaborate on it, not like you're not reading off of something, reading off a joke that didn't land correctly.
Hey, first of all,
Yeah,
it was like 50-50 acceptance.
I didn't
More like
accept
25-75.
Oh my
that joke was
gosh, man.
bonkers.
Yeah, bonkers. Anyway, it's Angelo's time right now.
You're right.
Angelo's time right now.
So
I'm a double down too.
yeah. I was like mad there because and then I found out like, oh yeah, I'm preaching first.
Yeah.
Like I'm the first one there.
Listen, not just first of Friday morning, but it is the second teen rally we've ever done. And that's right. This is the only teen rally in our area, I think.
Yeah.
That goes on at any point in the year. It's the second time ever doing it.
It's the first time we have young disciples preaching.
Yes. So
And you're the first
Angelo is one of one.
Ever.
First of all.
Come on, bro. That's
Hooray.
historical.
Yeah. History was made.
Greg Mitchell, who? I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
No,
I'm
bro,
kidding.
no.
I'm kidding.
All right,
I'm kidding.
Somebody
triple
DM the
fortune.
link. Somebody DM the link to him right now. We're gonna set up a boxing
Pastor,
match.
I'm sorry. I repent.
That's
I'm a joke. No. It's a joke, all right? I listened to write it down, all
I
right?
would watch it. That's how we go rack up the revenue for that 1
At least
million.
it wasn't written down. Bro, y'all
Out the
gonna know
dome.
what this means soon.
No, bro.
But yeah, so first
my
one,
gosh.
you hear you're going first. Is this you stressed?
Bro, I was so stressed. I was like, no,
Yes, man.
I'm cooked. Baked, fried.
Yes, bro.
Baked and fried.
Like,
Broiled even. Charbroiled.
Right.
So I mean, it was pretty nerve wracking, man. Because it was just like, what am I gonna say?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm afraid I'm gonna stutter a lot. I'm gonna speak too fast. I'm gonna act dumb, trip over some air, and fall on my face on the ground.
Yep.
And
Do some push-ups and get back to it.
yeah, I'm like, 1, 2, 3. All right,
Yep.
boot camp,
it on
guys.
purpose.
I wanted
It
to
was
be
planned.
strong.
Remember
in the
R2C.
Lord. Yeah. That was part of my
R02C.
point.
Not too much. Just pretend I
Stop,
didn't
it's your turn now,
Just pretend I
boy.
didn't say that.
It's your turn now.
Oh my God! No, keep going before the listeners turn it off.
Go
That's
back.
crazy.
Verify. Oh yeah, he did say that. He sucked.
Before we witness the beauty of revenge. Go ahead, though.
No, but no, it was really nerve wracking. And then, but when I got up there, man, I was like, it felt I can flow more. And then it's different because now I prepared for it. I mean, it was like preparing like for 30 minutes, but it's still preparing.
Right.
And I was like, I noticed how my dad told me, hey, like when you're not there to hang out with friends, like, oh, like say hi and everything, but no, you're gonna grab a hold of God and reach out to Him, and that's what I did. And then through that, I felt more confident in preaching, and it was just I was so amazed because I saw God, because if I was just up there, I'll be stuttering away, and then no one will hear what I say. And hopefully people heard what I said, And I felt like I put a lot of passion into that because I was super excited because it's something that that I really feel like sometimes we can forget who we represent. Yeah, that's the sermon. Sermon is who we represent.
Talk a little bit about it.
A little bit about it.
A little bit.
I have some notes on here, but pretty much is off of Romans 12:2. Do not be conformed by the pattern of this world, but be renewed by be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Yes, sir.
So only then you can test God's will. So pretty much it's like not following the movement that's going on because obviously the world's crazy right now. Yeah. It's only like do this and this.
Inflation,
bro. I'm gonna let you finish. The world is crazy. Mm-hmm. I was looking at this like court case or something. We're gonna talk about it in a second.
Yeah,
keep going.
Yeah, and then it's like pretty much saying like how we can forget who we represent, and that's God, because that's what ambassadors are. They represent the country, and like we have to represent God.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm a Christian, but then you're over here on Instagram DMing chicks.
Yeah,
that's what I did. That's what I did. I'll be honest with you guys.
Confession is here.
I'll be straight up, dude.
The confession is here. Angelo did have that dog in him in a different way.
That's like a chihuahua, bro. Dang.
The Lord helped him.
I mean, because I'm like,
Lord helped to remove the dog out of you.
All right, bro.
It's crazy.
Cut your mic off. You gonna get revoked.
Somebody need to say that on stage. That is all right.
Yeah. But yeah. The show was good, man.
Appreciate it.
Yes, I heard good things about people. Like, man, I don't know what they gave Angelo to go first, but he just, and I was thinking that too because so guys, this is the second day of the teen rally. It's a 3-day event. It's a Thursday night, then Friday morning, and Friday night, and then Saturday morning. Yep. And so here we are. It's the second day. I haven't even seen Angelo yet because they're traveling, and I see him. It's Friday morning. He comes walking around the church corner, and I know he's going first. I'm like, this guy knows he's going first, right? He's walking and he's like, oh, what's going on, man? And I'm just like, bro, how is he doing it? How is he doing it? Why is he not like, making a run for it? Why is he not? Yes, just like, in a fetal position.
How come he's not stressed?
Yeah,
like me.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, bro, I was stressed.
No, but he's just walking up saying hi. He's beaming. He's like, man, I'm gonna give it my best. I'm like, golly. I'm like,
good. That is good.
Yeah. I respected it from first impression, and then throughout the sermon, you double down. So yeah. I respect it.
Yeah, I mean, because also it's crazy because I remember Wednesday night I was watching Virginia Beach Pastor Mitch Collins preaching about finding your future spouse. Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry, I didn't know where this was going.
So also because this is going on because I'm like. Because that's one of my points about having Jesus in your schedule, and because sometimes when we're not about God and we don't represent Him, then the devil's like, you know what, you're mine now, you're mine now, and then so I heard that, I'm like, man, that's a good nugget, and then I was like, it was like, what's it called? I think it was like 1:30 in the morning. I'm like, I look like a freaking raccoon because I have no sleep in my body.
Yeah,
and then I'm over here typing away, and I'm like, man, pop in my mind, I'm like, dude, that's crazy, and imagine, and that's why like it's always good to. In your free time, look at different sermons in different churches because you can like have good nuggets like all the Prescott stuff too. Listen to those.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I got hyped for a second there because I thought you because oh my gosh, I just thought you were gonna say something funny. It was I was going to a completely different trail in my mind, but
because you were talking about finding your future spouse.
Yes, and you're up here killing it on the first guy. I'm
excited for you.
People were like, are you trying to show off, bro? Like, because I was dressed. I'm like, no, dude.
No, bro. First of all, we got a dress code in the text message.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
I didn't know because I didn't know I was church shoes. I was about to wear my Adidas. I'm like,
he made a good choice. He made it through. I just yelled and I realized all them people out there trying to do the things they're doing.
Elijah's fit was
Hey.
Yeah, black belt or brown shoes. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro, but that kind of irked me a little bit.
We had to make it happen.
And black socks too.
No, yeah. So look,
black socks.
Being honest with y'all. I have a belt that goes with those shoes. I looked at it. I was like, man, I ain't doing all that, and I put the wrong belt on purpose.
No, that's wild.
I got that dog.
What have I been saying? What have I been saying? What word have I been saying? It starts with a D, bro. Disastrous?
Dangerous.
That was pretty good, actually. For
I
someone
can't even do a thing.
What in the world?
Dangerous.
That was good.
Yeah.
No, diabolical.
Oh,
Diabolical.
Yes.
That fit was diabolical.
Diabolical.
Look, this is what we got in the text.
Maybe dastardly.
Just wanted to give a heads up for those that will be preaching at the youth rally. Dress attire for the day you preach should be a collared shirt / button down / collared polo, dress pants, and dress / casual shoes. What does that mean?
It means
What am I supposed to wear?
what you wore.
I should have wore.
Kinda. I think like dress like casual is like Sir Commander's shoes. I'm not gonna say his name.
Commander shoes. I know you're talking
I
about.
hope you're listening.
Yes, sir. Yep. I'm putting my phone down now.
All right.
Anyway,
We're gonna take a little interlude before we get into Elijah's little breakdown because again, Angela was talking about the world's crazy.
The world is crazy.
My mom was showing me this court proceeding with elected. Are they elected? Government officials.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were elected by us or if they were like appointed by a president. Anyway, they're in court having some kind of debate about something. And they're
Notice how he observes the debate and has to mention that they're having some kind of debate about something. That's not the problem.
I don't know what they're even. I don't even know what the issue was.
Oh yeah,
They're in there now. Remember
listen what they are talking about.
These are the officials. They are in positions of power in the United States of America. They're talking to each other, talking about. Yeah, well, you know what? Maybe you can't. Look, bro. I'm not gonna know it verbatim, but it's like maybe you would be able to see better, see the points better, and make better points if you could see through those huge fake eyelashes of yours.
What?
That's exactly what it sounded like in the room, bro.
On the stand,
Yes.
bro, talking to each other.
Yes.
Official, and the judge, he's desperate. He's like, order, please.
Bro sounded tired.
He's banging.
Order.
He's like, you guys need to stop. And so they're like, strike that from the record. Get rid. You can't say that anymore. This other lady, bro, she's like, oh, okay. So it would be wrong if I said, yeah, that's why you a big black blonde. Why are you saying that?
Yes, bro.
Bro, like, and bro,
Oh my goodness.
it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Bro, I wish I could find it and then I just play it real quick on the pod. Hold on. We're going to take a pause really quickly.
All right, guys. So we're back from the pause.
We're back. I know
We have
it
found-
wasn't a pause for y'all.
Yeah, we have found the footage and we've decided it is suitable to play the first clip for you
Yes.
guys. So,
But remember, these are
Government officials.
the U.S. House committee meeting. Bro, oh Lordy.
Here we
Listen
go.
to this.
We'll give our thoughts after. Let's just play it for you real quick.
Yep.
All right.
You know we're here about AG.
I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing.
Hold
on. Listen.
Order.
I do have a point of order, and I would like to move to take down Ms. Green's words. That is absolutely unacceptable. How dare you attack the physical appearance of another person?
Are your
Move
feelings hurt?
her words
stutter is crazy.
down.
Aw.
Oh, girl, baby girl.
Oh, really?
Don't even play.
Baby girl,
We
think
are gonna move, and we're gonna take your words down.
I second that motion.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling.
Pause
If
real quick.
someone on this committee.
Y'all, prepare your minds for this is the U.S. House committee meeting. She really gonna say, listen up.
Really?
Don't even play.
Baby girl,
We are gonna move, and we're gonna take your words down.
I second that motion.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
what is going, bro? That's only half the clip, but we're gonna leave it there
Yeah,
for
because
right
the
now.
rest of it, they're cursing at each other.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't be serious.
Yeah,
Dude. It's like an SNL. It's like an SNL skit. I'm waiting for Pete Davidson to come up.
It's hard to believe that's real. Google any part of the conversation you just heard, and you can find the full clip for yourself.
Yeah, it's not.
Golly, though.
Yeah. So
What
the
is going
world
on?
is crazy.
Yes.
So and man,
There's inflation going on.
I know there are real problems.
There are real problems.
They talk about bleach blonde, bad
You
body,
think
butch
girl,
baby
baby girl.
Sorry, I had to put it on there
even
because
play.
if you guys had not weren't aware of these proceedings, you had to know, man. You have to know that that's what's going on. If you are an American citizen, that's what's going on in our country.
In conclusion, bro, baby girl, don't even play. Facts.
Come on. All right, back to the point at hand. Angelo talked about his experience.
Hallelujah.
It's time for Elijah's experience. It better be insightful.
So, guys, I went second today.
Yesterday, but yeah, today.
On Friday.
Right. On this Friday, and first of all, I had known. So Angelo had to find out late because someone else was switched out. So he got like the last minute. You know, it wasn't last minute, but like his notice that he got was later. Mm-hmm. I knew for even longer how long we had it, and so I was like, man, I got some time to, I've never done anything called preaching before in my entire life. And it's going to be for this event thing. And we got all this time. So I'm like, let me start praying about it and seeing what God wants me to do. I pray about all the things in my life and God's answering. And he's like, oh, this and that. And I keep coming around to this sermon. And it's like, huh? God's like, huh? What'd he say? And so I'm like, oh, that's cool. I just, I pray again tomorrow. Well, I hope for, and God's coming through. And then it comes back to that sermon. It's like, sermon? So, man, I have no solid idea for the longest time. And I start getting worried. So then I'm like, all right, I know a compelling story. It's about something to do with the parachute. Maybe I'll tell it one day in another sermon or whatever. But that was the backup. It was a fire and brimstone sermon that basically, which means where you get up there and you say, everybody going to hell, and then you're like, you say a bunch of heavy things about God's wrath and judgment, and then people are like, oh man, I need to get right.
I'm convicted.
Right.
Maybe that would have fit better with the dang picture they chose.
I'm like, where's the fire going on now?
Yes, I know that. But anyway, so we do a fast, which is where you put something aside, whether it's food or something you do with your time, whatever. You make some kind of sacrifice for a certain period of time so that you can dedicate some time to believing for a need. We did a fast at the beginning of this week for this teen rally. I'm praying all throughout this fast, praying. Bro, I got nothing. It's just, I'm like, so, but then there's some things. This bro, grab a donut.
You heard you talk about fasting. He said,
like,
speaking of which.
Oh my gosh, fasting is terrible. People somewhere are hungry right now. Let me grab a donut.
You got it, man. You got it. Anyway, so we do the fast.
Right, bro, got the apple. He trying his chances. He survived the apple.
You gotta stop making them laugh. He's gonna choke for sure.
I'm hungry, dude. I'm hungry.
Oh my goodness, they out for blood. All right. Anyway, so but there are some things that I read in my Bible that were really sticking out to me, and so I'm like, maybe this is what I should put together into the message. And I still wasn't very convinced, but the time was coming up, and so I just started writing on my phone. I didn't have a device of writing sermons. I was gonna write it on my phone, and then for the day of giving the oration, I was gonna use I was gonna write it from my phone on some paper and like a notebook.
Yeah, that's how Dad used to do it.
Right, and so long story short, it comes down to the night before we have to do it, of course. And by this point, though, I had all the inspiration. It was finally there, man. And I don't know if this is some kind of lesson in patience, but it wasn't funny. But I'm just the struggle was so real. So I got all the ideas. Finally, they're there, and I'm excited. I'm gonna put this together. And I get home. I'm like, all right, I just need to put it all on paper. The whole thing exists, and just give it tomorrow. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Hopefully, God's gonna help me. And I tell my dad, hey, Dad, I'm about to write this all down. I'm gonna be asleep by like 1:30 in the morning. Trust. He's like, oh, write it down on paper. Hold on, here's my old tablet. It's the way he used to write sermons on. So he brings that old thing out. I blow the dust off it. I open that thing up, and it had all his sermons on it. And I was like, wow, I don't even need to write a sermon. So, right. I did. I clicked through a lot of them to see how he formatted writing them. And I was like, oh, that's good.
Was it? Because low-key, I'd be looking at those.
They're a little free.
You gotta know what you was talking about ahead of time.
It's true, but he was making them work. But so I followed pretty much the same format just because I'd never seen another example on paper. I only hear the preaching from my seat. Right. But so I'm writing it out, finally putting it all together. The time goes by, 1:30 passes, and 2:30 passes, and 3:30 passes. But it's coming together though, trust. Mm-hmm. And so also I had most of the idea, but then it was all like just long biblical passages, a lot of reading from the Bible. And I always known from sitting through services that it's a good trick to include something completely like outside of the world of religion and stuff, but just, that might be a story that piques people's interest. So
an anecdote.
Yeah, that.
An illustration.
Yes, to illustrate what you're trying to bring about in the sermon. So I thought of a movie. It just came together. But then here comes a joke, all right? In this early morning session, it's about 2:30 maybe in the morning at this point in time. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna put this stupid joke in here because I was afraid, because from what I'd written down, it was all just so gloomy and serious.
Did you laugh when you wrote it?
I did. I was chuckling, bro. It was funny a little bit.
It was too late.
It's different. It's different. Look, so let me look, all right, y'all. Golly.
Go ahead.
So I thought it would be funny since it's a sermon and I'm talking about a movie. The movie won an Oscar, and the guy leading role
actor.
It's Christian Bale. He plays American Psycho. He's been Batman and whoever, right? And so I was like, I get up there. I'm like, yo, guys, speaking of this movie I was watching, and first of all, before I get myself in trouble, I was describing a concept, and the concept is present in the movie. That's why I brought up the movie. And I'm like, speaking of this movie, fun fact, the main actor is Christian. And people are like, oh,
that's cool.
I'm like, Christian Bale. Ah! And so I didn't do the laugh in there, but anyway, it was a decent joke, bro. It was all right.
It would have been fine if you would have just said that, and then we said, nah, I wrote this thing down.
Yes, no.
I took time to write this down.
So, because look, it was like kind of, I guess, what you would expect. I guess, some people get the joke and they laugh. Some people get the joke and they're like, that sucked. Some people don't get the joke. And you can imagine how all of that mixes together from a crowd's reaction. And then I'm sitting there and I'm looking at them and I'm like, I can't lie to them anymore. I'm like, guys, I wrote that joke down and it didn't feel right. I just, it's not right to write a joke down. You just got to say it.
Yep.
So I confessed that before the audience. They thought it was funnier to mock me over that than to just laugh at the joke. But
I thought it was a pretty good joke. It's funny that you wrote it down. It's funny.
So one of the guys in sound, he gets me after and he's like, first of all, look, don't be offended. I like the sermon. I really think you did a great job for your first time. But that joke, I did laugh, but I just want you to know it wasn't funny. It was just so dumb that I was like, thanks.
Amen.
You can always appreciate people who keep you grounded.
That's real. I don't know. Angelo, I don't know if you have this
Coming after
experience, but like when I hear my dad preach,
Oh.
I can tell when he's about to try to say a joke.
Yes.
I can see it, and I'm like, don't say that joke,
Ooh.
because it's always something ridiculous,
It's bro.
Like when he
needs a censor.
I'm not even.
Yeah.
Honestly.
But what? Hold up. Can I say?
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably not. Yeah,
No.
nah.
Okay. Never mind. So he had to have us sing a certain word,
Yeah.
and so it was.
It's not one of those words. I didn't say anything. I just pushed the button, but it's not a nice word, you know.
No. And also, person from my church who work with these type of people, so it's kind of more awkward. I'm like,
Right.
Oi.
Yeah.
You know what? You're just friendly banter. You know.
You
yeah.
can say it in.
Like-
I thought you just. So go ahead and. So what did he say that made it so awkward?
Well, can I say the word? Oh, it's retarded.
Right.
He
Just
said
for the because the contextual.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Bro,
You're
I
not
tried to-
saying
there's
it.
no-
I tried to
there's-
push the Vine boom and I just pushed B, I think.
Yeah, because then the problem was that when I was like, he's like, oh yeah, I'm acting retarded. Because I was joking to himself. But one of the ladies there, she's a college and she's going to school to be a verbal coach for special ed kids.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And so it was like, why? Why
Yeah.
would you say
well,
that?
you know, Dad.
Yeah.
It's like, isn't it a lot better? But I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. That's
was-
rich, Bill. So I mean,
Right.
gosh.
You just don't want it to send the wrong message.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes, bro. I mean, you can tell jokes, but like,
You're preaching.
Yeah, so our dad knows now about this tell, bro, that we know. He knows that we know. When he's about to say something foolish,
he be looking around.
I mean, look, bro, he's in the middle of taking the world for Jesus on that stage. Everyone's tuned in, and he
Bro, like
gets carried away in his
this
mind.
one, bro. I hate this joke, and he said it so many times. He'll be like, "And you understand," and it was, the fall of man,
Oh gosh,
and the temptation of Satan. He called out Eve and said, "Don't you want to be like the Most High?" And she tried the fruit, and then she brought the fruit to Adam. And then, oh my Lord! And then my dad started posing.
Oh.
He's like, if you don't eat this fruit, you don't get none of this fruit. I'm like, stop saying
my
this joke,
God.
please. I have to see my father up there.
bro, and the people, they eat it up.
They laugh.
Oh my gosh,
No,
bro.
That's pure
Dude,
suffering.
okay, I have another story. So there's, I don't know, it was Men's D.
Yeah.
And there's some Canadian guy, red flag already, preaching.
Oh, shout out Drake.
Shout out. Whoa.
we don't shout out Drake.
My bad. No, shut up, Drake. All right. So he was like, don't you Eve like touched it, smelled it, tasted it, and he made like a licking motion. I'm like, what the heck? It was a Men's D, bro.
No. Oh,
It's a Men's D.
A men's discipleship.
Can't be doing this stuff, man.
yeah.
Yep. So anyway, guys,
Moving on.
if you want to know what my sermon is about, I was trying to talk
that's
about
right. Yeah.
kindling the gift of God. Basically, like, if you have the real understanding of salvation, if you've had a relationship with God, you've prayed when no one else is around, even if you didn't know everything, and you've had interaction with God, like, don't let it go to waste. If you fall into sin, or if you get distracted and start doing other stuff instead of doing what you're supposed to do with God, like, come from wherever you are and pick it up and just get back to God, because God wants to yes,
He wants to use you
exactly
for his kingdom. Who will go? Who will go? Sorry. Okay.
Yes.
All right. We only have a little bit more left in the notes.
Yeah.
So the next question,
Hi, Tamaya.
was it nerve-wracking? What?
That is just that was the last callback from my sermon.
Nah, bro.
Were you there for that?
I saw it. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, my bad, y'all. I'm not gonna
What are you
explain.
saying?
No,
Like,
that
hi,
was
Dad.
just- you
It's
can-
good
No
to
more
see you.
shout-outs.
Yeah. Oh, last thing about that. Last thing. So usually we're the ones like face palming and cringing. I told my dad, don't come to hear this sermon. Do not watch on live stream, or I'm gonna be up there baffled. He's like, I gotta be there. He's sitting there in the back. His hand doesn't leave his face for at least like 1/3 of the sermon.
He actually told me, like, he's like, yeah, I was so, like, I told my, like, it was crazy. His pops actually told me, I'm like, dang,
oh my god,
that's crazy.
I was about to say he was praying.
You know, he was praying,
Dominion covering.
praying for Christian Bale. Let's
So why
move
do
it
you
on,
think
y'all.
some people might? So why do you think people might hold themselves out of ministry in general? And I know we said, you know, you feel too young, whatever. But let's say you're past that. You're like, no, I'm not. I'm grown. Sure. All right. But if you grown, why you not doing something? What are some reasons, bro?
I have a good one.
Go ahead.
Someone else will do it. Someone else would do it in my place. It's fun. There's plenty of people around, and then if everybody's like that, then who's gonna go?
Dang. Hey, bro. That, you know what? I'm gonna leave that one alone because it's okay.
Sometimes people don't want to be lumped in with the people who are in it because they think they're something compared to them. So they're like, oh, what? Oh, if I have to start singing on the stage, that means I have to sing next to that girl who plays the piano on stage, and I don't like her. She, you know, I'm gonna or whatever. If I have to take the offering basket, that means sometimes I have to watch the front door with that other guy who watches the front door, and man,
If I gotta take the offering basket, I gotta see all these other people's money that I don't have. Lord.
oh yeah,
No,
they knew
bro.
not to put me on that bet. No,
No. We don't. Trust me. That's the Lord's money. I touch that, I'm getting struck down.
That was Isaiah getting struck down.
Exactly.
Hypothetically.
Sometimes people feel. Well, I mean, the easiest one that's in his notes is they're afraid, they're scared.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not even like too crazy of a thing. You feel me? Like sometimes I'm afraid to do things. Like just last night. If you're listening to this when it came out, if you're listening to this in 2025, it was not last night. But
It was actually a year ago or so.
But just last night, Pastor Scott,
Oh
had
my
asked
gosh.
me to
Oh my-
to take the altar call, all extra last minute. I'm like,
They were talking about, I've put together this whole 3-day long event.
but I forgot
structured
to
down
get
to the
somebody
minute.
for altar call. Yeah,
I
right.
forgot that I needed somebody, to do the altar call
I
for this concert.
don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so bro, I've been doing this ministry thing, bro. This Christian walk for a minute, but I was still like, not me.
Yeah.
I'm not going up, bro. I'm up there. It's the time. I'm up there. Hey, bro. If I sounded confident, that was the Lord,
Hallelujah.
like holding your ears and like giving it. You was doing something, bro.
Beatboxing. Yeah, let me stop talking immediately.
Because, bro,
oh my gosh.
it was just I was scared.
Yeah.
And if I had allowed that fear to stop me from doing it, then someone else would have had to do it, and it probably would have been fine. But it's like I would have missed out on that opportunity, right? To rise up, to do something that maybe it's out of my comfort zone. And apparently it was all right. So cool.
Let's go.
But like, bro, cause if you step out, God will help you.
Yeah.
Cause I remember, like, he told me before the concert, the whole time during the concert, I'm screaming my head off. First off, cause it was hype,
Bro.
Jeez.
If y'all don't know what that word turnt means,
That's the most accurate depiction
Yo,
of turnt.
it
ever.
was just, people from all kinds of different states.
every single.
Yo.
Some of the songs weren't even like
They weren't even
super hype songs.
No,
They
bro.
were the moments were just.
It was incredible. You had to be there. There's one song this young lady did a solo. song, and it's a song that was pretty well known, so pretty much everyone was able to sing along. I mean, there were so like when people do the flashlight, phone flashlight wave thing, yo, it was live in there. Like from the other side, she must have been having a magical experience.
Bro, it was crazy. One dude, he was rapping. I guess they didn't get his beat right. He was like,
"Oh my yes,
just play something,
bro."
They start this beat. He's like, "Good,
bro." No, look, he was like, he finished the song. And then they were like, okay, what beat do you want us to play? Because this dude, he's one guy, he brought like 4 songs to do just for tonight.
Shout out.
And so then he's like, oh, play such and such a beat. He tells them the name, and they're like, no, bro, we just played that one. And he's like, oh, shoot, wait. And so he knew something wasn't right, but he knew they had some beats. He knew he had some songs. He said, play any beat. It's going to come on and I'm going to go. Everybody was like, what?
It was hard.
It was, yes. So we were just hyped, man.
So that whole
was
time,
ready.
we're all super hyped. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, I got to take this altar call, bro.
Yes.
So I'm like, it's altar call time. And I'm like, okay, what am I going to say?
Right.
I'm thinking, I got all this stuff. I'm like, all right, then I'll start with this. I'll probably hit him with one of these.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
It's going to be crazy. I ain't say none of them things, bro. I was up there. The Lord helped me, I guess.
Amen.
I said what I was supposed to say, I hope. But that's what I'm saying. If I didn't say yes, if I didn't go up, if I let myself be scared, which is a reason why somebody might let themselves stay out of ministry, then I wouldn't have done it.
Yep.
Another reason people might not hold themselves to ministry or like try to keep themselves out of ministry is they're not invested. Yeah. I feel like sometimes you don't want to commit to anything. You know what I mean? So like let's say you sign up for something simple. Simple, I say simple because it's simple, not because it's like the lowest of the low. No, sir. Like the cleanup ministry. Oh my gosh. I've never really understood how like I knew it was valuable, obviously, but I never understood, having the right people for it.
Yep.
Cause it was only one time, a couple times where like the cleanup team was not, I guess they weren't committed, bro. Stuff did not get clean. And I was like, oh
no.
I see. This is a real commitment. So like cleanup team, you sign up, you committed, but then now you have to be at service, every service. You have to stay after, you have to clean, and then you go home. For some people, like something like that, that's too much. They don't want that responsibility. They don't want to have to commit to staying after. They'll be like, okay, I'll come to service, and then I'm dip.
Yeah.
Bye. Done.
Deuces.
Feel me? But if you really want to see what God can do in your life, you got to commit. You got to say, to not to be corny, but like, let me be used by you, Lord.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I don't really talk like that, but there's no better way to say it. Okay. This next question is from Elijah. I mean, it's not like all of them are from me. Whatever. How is youth ministry useful / necessary? Now, I want Angelo to answer this specifically because right now his church don't even got one. So it's like it's unbiased. Because me, I can say because we're the best. Duh. but
I mean, because it was youth ministry. We used to have it. Pastor Ramirez used to do it for us, and it was very important because it was. It's solely focused on, it's meant to help like us. Yeah, you can go to regular service, but it doesn't hit home all the time, and that's why I liked being in youth ministry, and like what you guys are doing here, getting your young people involved, and that's awesome. I love it, and it helped me a lot. And being in a youth ministry wasn't for long because he got sent out, and I'm glad that some people want to step up and do it in Norfolk now. But you can just tell a difference, in different churches. how like if they have a youth ministry getting involved, the kids look different, they feel different, they feel different than how our church was. Yeah. And it's good to see that some young people are getting involved now. Like it's insane. I'm blown away going back there. Friends who came back from being backslidden, came back, and then now I'm like on fire for a guy. Like it's crazy. I'm like, man, I need to pray up more because it's crazy. Yes. Young people, it's insane how much like passion they have whenever they do something like this, and that's why I love it. I'm like, man, like I can't wait for us to do that one day, because I can't wait to help someone out who I was in the position before.
Right.
So.
Dang. That was great. All right,
that's
Elijah,
not the right button.
Go ahead and say something worse. Whatever your whack answers, but I'm playing.
I know this is the routine of today, but
wow, no, bro, you did good, bro. I'm gonna say your son was really good.
Y'all did good, man.
It could use a little more structure, but that's what happens whenever you preach your first sermon. That's your first one too.
Number one,
first one, and like a harvester's event, pretty much. That's insane.
I know with the eyes
and the ums and the uhs. Yeah. Don't worry, bro. Now that you didn't like a huge crowd, doing it like normally now is gonna be a piece of cake,
chill,
bro. When I get home, Isaiah, you better just put some earphones on, because I'm gonna be in the room. I don't know where I was going with that. I was gonna talk about preaching to a smaller audience, like no one, or like Israel while he's sleeping.
Whoa.
All right. Yep. So anyway, guys,
why is youth
ministry? The thing about influencing youth is that it's like a time thing, like how generations move in cycles. Like how there's a set of people who are in this row, and then a set of people who are in the next row of age, and they're going through certain stages of life. These are the people in high school right now, but in a few years these will be the people in their first jobs, or these will be the people who are, and then the people who are in their first jobs, those will be the people who are, you know what I'm saying? They're doing the older people stuff. And so youth ministries make sure that a generation of people gets taken care of.
Right.
And it helps to usher a lot of people into adult living, because honestly, a lot of Christian living, a lot of the principles that apply to people as Christians, you don't get the ability to apply them to your life until you gain your independence as an adult.
Right.
Like managing your finances or your marriage or something like that. So if you can get the word out to the generation who is getting ready to have to face all that, then by the time they face it, they can be set pretty right. So you can have families that stay together, finances that stay together, family and finances that stay together, people that stay saved. And so, yeah.
I'm kind of on the same track with Elijah, man. Like, I teach 9 to 12. We have a ministry look, this thing is about to be so cool. That's all I can say. But I have plans.
That's good.
Anyway, if you notice, I talk about this 9 to 12 class a lot. I'm starting to think maybe it's my favorite ministry, bro, which is crazy because them kids are bad. But that's okay because the Lord.
I'm sure every parent can relate, bro.
But anyway. So
because they're not like doing stuff like it's annoying is not as cute anymore when you're 9 years old.
Yeah,
it's like, man, you're just annoying now.
It's like, bro, you're kind of old enough. Like, never mind.
Thank you.
I was going to pull a.
That was wisdom, right there.
Going to pull a. Brad. Saying you're old enough for me.
All right. Anyway,
okay.
So
no diddy.
Like,
wait, go back to the.
What?
Make sure we're
good.
Okay.
I'm not even on the.
I was just like subconsciously messing
the last
with the
question.
space bar.
Is the last one?
No.
Okay.
Almost, but dang. Oh,
sorry about that.
So instilling in the youth these especially biblical principles, is so important. It's so important because actually, like Angelo said in his sermon, you're gonna fall back on your training, right? When you're put in a situation, you're not going to be able to just think. Sometimes it's just going to be your muscle memory, what you've trained, what you practice. So if you're from a young age, you know about the Lord, you know how important it is, and this is just what you know, then when the times get tough, that's what you're going to fall back on. And if you know, that's just an incredible advantage that you have from starting young. So yeah, we got one more point, and then we're gonna go ahead and wrap up. What issues arise from dealing with youth in particular?
Oh boy,
They're bad. Oh, I mean,
I'm sure that's not unique to youth, bro.
You can start.
That's
Okay,
Dad's favorite
all right.
verse talking about where there are no oxen. The crib is representing that every day.
It's
Rocking
true,
in
bro.
his
It's
chair.
true. But and of course, this isn't just a youth thing. That's a guarantee. But immaturity is for sure.
Rampant.
It's more common amongst youngsters because you know, they don't have to be mature in a lot of instances. You know, because they don't have too many responsibilities that, you know, may test them, call on them to come ready and prepared. You feel me? So it's like, you know, you ask them to do something, and you know, their whole life, all they know is clean my room, do my homework,
Play Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Sometimes it's not even cleaning your room, dude.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just that. You know, not even that.
Not even.
Sometimes not even doing your homework either. Sometimes it's just Fortnite. Shout out to the next generation.
No, don't do that. Get smart, guys. But yes, so then you're like, hey, I need you to show up an hour before this event so we can pray.
Yeah. What? Who's
They're
doing
not
that?
doing that.
Prayer. What's prayer?
Then,
Exactly.
another issue that's right there is even if the young person is like, all right, you know what? Enough Fortnite. It's time to go pray. I need to be there an hour before. They ain't got no license, or they have a license and no vehicle.
That is another issue.
And the people in power in their home are like, take you an hour early? I only have 30 minutes between getting out of work and having to leave the house to take you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to take you an hour early. So they could even be ready.
Yep.
But it's like they don't got the chance.
Call an Uber. Send them
Yeah,
by
ooh.
themselves.
If you got the dollars, golly.
You got one? Something that's like an
unique
issue that's like to youth in particular. Like obviously if you're like dealing with just disciples in general, they're going to be issues like time management or accountability, whatever. But some things are like,
I got a good one.
only the teens do this.
Maybe sneaky, bro. Maybe sneaky. That's one thing that is always like. I was sneaky, bro.
Yeah.
I was the sneaky one. I try to get away with so much things, and like, bro, I can see that. Like, you can tell when two kids like each other. I'm like, hey, enough of that.
Y'all gotta,
Yeah, it's like it's
do it properly.
Yeah. Or like, oh, I want to go on this thing, and like, oh, I want to go too because you know they're going. I'm like, they get really sneaky, and that's the only problem is because like we can see you, like I'll let you know if you're young and you're doing something, we notice, all right.
Yep.
We notice, and God notices too. So that's one big thing.
Yeah, that brings up a whole nother point, bro.
Yeah. For another time.
All this thing dating and stuff.
Yeah.
That's another problem.
That's a whole nother one.
They worried about it. Matter of fact, that reminds me because I was thinking about it. I think I was talking with my father about why there are like two reasons why when we send out couples, we send out couples, right? One reason is the real reason, and then one reason is like
the other reason.
Another reason.
Yep.
So the reason that's not the real reason but is important is like if you send out just a dude, you send a man out, he's single and he's ministering whatever, but he's not married, then who is he going to marry, right? It's going to be somebody in his church more than likely. Mm-hmm. So that means, you know, that's a conflict of interest.
Yep.
You're trying to minister, you got to bring correction, but you like, dang, she bad.
You guys need to repent. Every you know, you need to turn for yourself. Except for you, girl.
You perfect in my eyes.
You can take it whatever you want out that offering basket.
Bro, you can't do that. And then secondly, but obviously the most important reason is that you can't do it alone.
Yeah.
You cannot do it alone. That's why you need your rock.
Come on now.
Your rib.
I have another nugget for y'all for this. Let me see. I'll pull it up. I have a nuggets. Like one thing I like to do when I hear sermons is like putting like something speak out to you. So I think, let me see. Having a good spouse helps you having a good spouse helps you punch above your weight class. The extra oomph, you know? The extra pow.
That's right.
Above your
Come
weight
on.
class.
You can be like some normal boxer to Mike Tyson with the spouse, because like it's a whole different perspective with the spouse.
Yeah.
Because bro, we're not all built like Paul. All right. Just be honest.
I can't do it.
No.
Yeah. And you need that other perspective. You need that insight. Especially, man, like I remember just recently I was dealing with some of my people in my song service ministry, in song service, bro. And things that like ministry standards, dress code, appropriate interactions, whatever. And it's like if I didn't have Miss Faith to lean on to say, hey, I need you guys to go ask her, or my mom or something like that, I'd be lost. Bro, I don't know. I'm not a woman.
Yep.
I don't know what you got going on.
Yep.
So if you need womanly assistance, don't ask me.
Don't ask
woman.
men for
And
womanly assistance.
That's why.
Never do that.
I mean, because you need to have that companionship, that rib.
The balance.
That's why they send them out
Keeping the balance.
in pairs. Yes, sir.
Shameless plug. Shameless plug. Shameless plug.
Okay, shameless plug indeed, bro.
Keeping the balance. That's so cool. All right.
I'm about to keep a
It's
donut.
time.
How many?
It's time to wrap it up. This is the end. And obviously, like I say every time, this is the most important part. I almost said that during the altar call. It felt weird because it was like undermining everybody's songs and stuff. But low-key, it is the most important part, bro. Get saved.
Yeah.
But so we talked about rising up, filling the gap, being available to be used by God. And sometimes, bro, maybe you are not in a position where God will use you. I mean, God can use anyone, but you got to prepare your heart. So maybe you're living your life outside of God's will. You're living in a manner in which you're doing your own thing. You do what you want to do, and you're not living in accordance to what God has asked you to do. And I just want to say that if you're doing that, you're holding yourself back. Even if you're listening to this, I mean, we're not super massive right now, so you know something. But if you're not living the way that God has called you to live, why? Why not? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like how we're talking about holding yourself out of ministry, and there's all these reasons, and you can give all kinds of reasons, bro. You can say, well, I gotta first, like this one. Oh my gosh. I've heard so many times where people will basically describe how they need to get saved first so that they can get saved. I'm like, bro, so that they're like, I need to start reading my Bible more, and I need to start praying, and I need to start coming to church, and I need to stop sinning, and then I'm going to ask God for forgiveness.
And then I also probably need to get really close with God before I start talking to him.
And I'm like, bro, you can do all that with the assurance and the security that you're going to make heaven your home because you've surrendered your heart to God. You can do that now. You don't need to get ready to be ready. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That doesn't make sense. So you could throw out all kinds of reasons, but at the end of the day, there's no reason good enough to keep you from surrendering your heart to God. So with that, we're going to go ahead and say a simple prayer. It's easy, bro. Easy is the wrong word. Like I was saying earlier.
Simple.
It's simple.
Simple, yeah.
Right?
Simple, but easy to do.
Right. It's easy to do, and it's a simple thing. It's hard to live for God. I'm not going to say it's going to be breezy street, but this first step, it's breezy street, bro. You say the prayer, you ask God for his guidance, his forgiveness, and that's it. Mm-hmm. And now all that's left to do is live for him. So I'm going to ask Elijah if you would please just lead us in a prayer. And if you're listening to this, like we say every time, the most important thing isn't necessarily, repeating it perfectly or saying the words or whatever. It's more about meaning what you're saying with your heart.
Right.
You know, you're not going to get saved just by, repetition. You're getting saved because this is you saying it. Like, obviously you're going to repeat after him, but mean the words that you're saying.
Right.
So let's go ahead.
Say with me. Dear God, I thank you for this opportunity to give my heart to you. I recognize that there's sin in my life, and I believe that you see it. But I also believe that you find value in my soul and in my heart, and that you have the power to turn my life around. I pray that right now you will begin to make a difference in me and help me to be forgiven of my sins. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Welcome to the Cool Kids Club, bro.
Hallelujah.
Yes, sir. All right. If you said that prayer, bro, shout out to you. Great job. That's the first step. If you need some kind of assistance, you need a church to go to, something like that, you can reach out to us at frontlineyouth.nc@gmail.com, or you can hit us up on Instagram, being up in the DMs with the @ that I never remember, fly_podcast.
Yep, at fly_podcast.
Yes, sir. And hit us up there. We'll do everything we can. But yeah, now we need a secret word. I was thinking
Angelo.
bail.
Tried it.
Huh?
Bail.
No.
They
Don't
can
do
use
this
that so
to
many
me.
ways.
Yeah.
They could say, man,
okay.
a bale
you
of
know,
hay.
You can torture me in
Or
so
they
many
could
ways,
say,
can't you?
man, I need to bail
Angelo,
out.
Angelo,
Or they
what do
could
you- what do you
say,
think, man?
I'm not a prophet of bail.
Wait,
But
a
really,
word.
What do you think?
We need
but
a
it's,
word.
the
The
joke
secret
is
word.
it's about his whack joke, Christian
No,
Bale. Or we
They
can
might
do
say it
something else.
anyway, you know?
It's up to you, man. You the
So
guest.
the secret word basically is just a little thing you mention at the end, and if the listeners are sneaky and smart enough, they'll put it into their comment on their YouTube or on the Spotify. And so let's say your secret word is ice or something, and they're like, man, when I got rejected, it was an ice cold moment. But and so just so when all the people who listened all the way to the end, they know that
we
this
know
other
who you are.
because they included the word on purpose and they snuck it in there.
The real ones. So
I'm gonna go bail.
yes, sir.
bail.
And there's so many different ways to say bail, bro. BAIL, BALE, BAAL. If you want to look, you have the world is your oyster.
What?
Leave those. Is that not it? Is
But
that-
that's the saying, guys.
That's
Why don't we use oyster instead?
oysters are gross. You ever?
I've never had an oyster.
Oh, it's a slime
Clam
mess. It's like a
chowder.
shell that you open up with a fish flavored booger in it. It's vile.
All right,
It's vile.
dude.
It's vile.
Alrighty.
But yes, the secret
Shout out
word
to
is
my
bail.
adventurous eaters. Secret word is bail against my will.
Put that, John, in your comments. We love you guys.
Thank
We
y'all for having me
appreciate
on
you.
here.
Of course. It was great. It's cool to have like someone so, I don't know, outside of our normal circle, someone that,
Sure.
we're
Honestly, we're on here building a relationship a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
For
actually,
real. So that's cool.
I like it. So thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, you listeners, and we'll catch y'all in the next one.